We don't think enough. We don't use our brain enough. Nowadays, we're just so distracted by everything around us. Everything is trying to draw in our attention. Most people on this planet are just average consumers. We're so drawn in by everything. Social media on our phones is a massive distraction. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It's a waste of time, really. You use it and you scroll and you look at TikToks or whatever it is for minutes to hours. And then a few minutes later, you can't remember anything that you just looked at. You just wasted your time. I do it often. But it's not good enough because we only have a certain amount of time on this planet and we need to use it efficiently and we need to work towards our goals. And by getting distracted all the time, it's just not helping. We don't think enough. We don't just sit down and think with our minds enough. When I was younger, in about primary school, I consider myself quite a smart kid. I was above average in all my classes. I used to go to bed at 7 o'clock every night. I had an early bedtime. And especially in the summer, I couldn't sleep until about 10 o'clock. So I'd lay in my bed. I had a room to myself. I'd lay in my bed and I'd just think because that's all I could do. I'd just be me in my head, in my mind. And I'll think about everything. I'll think about my day, memories from the day, things that are just on my mind, problems, solutions, ideas, things about school, things about the next day, things about people, things about family, and then I'd wake up. As a kid, you don't have a lot to think about anyway, but everything I had in my mind was clear. My mind was always clear because I'd thought everything through, because I had to, because I didn't have anything else to do. But nowadays, we just don't have time. We don't make time for this. Like, we just, whenever we have time, we'll go on our phone or we'll watch some YouTube or we'll look at some, I don't know, some lady's profile you're friends with, pictures or some shit, or just look at some random ass guy you don't even know what he said on Twitter. We need to think for ourselves. We need to think. We just need to look at nothing. We need to look at the floor. We need to meditate more and just think in our mind. When I was in secondary school, I got a phone. I started playing video games more. My grades fell. I felt less smart. My mind was less clear and I was less confident, and I don't know, things just didn't go as well. And to be honest, looking back, I do think it's because I just didn't think. All the times that I had opportunities to think, I would fill with meaningless tasks. I didn't give myself room to think. When I went to bed, I didn't have a little bit, when you go to bed, you lie down and before you go to sleep, your mind thinks about things. You have to, when you sleep, you have to not be thinking about anything. So there's a few things that your mind will go to that you need to think about. But I didn't have any time, and I think if I just stopped to think more, I would have progressed more in me. I believe that important things in our life will come to our mind through our subconscious. They'll bring it up when we have time, not doing anything. These thoughts we'll need to spend time thinking about and analysing. This will help us to evaluate our thoughts and move on in life. The average person, or most people, they work a 9 to 5, which is fine. But they work their 9 to 5 and they go home, and then they'll spend all their time on distractions. Escapism, trying to escape the rut that they're in. Playing video games, scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, watching YouTube videos. But in reality, it never helps. It just escapes your brain. A lot of people go to the pub Friday, Saturday, every single week. And they do that over and over again, and that's the only joy they have in their week. Is that you? If you stop and we stop for half an hour a day and just look at nothing, no distractions, turn your phone off, you sit on the floor, meditate, and you just think. And what comes to your mind will be what's important in your life, and it'll help you move forward. Imagine if you just every single second you had, you were distracted. You'd never ever move forward in life. You'd never gain different opinions and build on ideas. And in reality, thinking is the first step to anything. If you want to get out of a rut, the first thing to do is you just need to stop and think. and evaluate your thoughts and options. You know, escapism isn't the answer. Is that you? Does anything that I just said correlate? Does it spark something in your mind? Did you think, oh yeah, maybe I just don't stop and think enough? You know, it's very simple, but it's very important. And by doing this, you'll become more efficient in the work that you actually need to do. The thoughts that come into your head when you're doing your work, or you're at your job, or you're in a lecture, or you're, I don't know, in a meeting, that aren't relevant. Like you're sitting in a lecture and you have a thought about, I don't know, if you just have time to think, like that is the focus of that time, thinking, then your mind will be clearer when you need it to be clearer, and you can focus tunnel vision on the tasks at hand. Bro, the amount of times where I'm trying to do some maths work or something to do with my degree, and I just stare out the window for like 20 minutes thinking, like accidentally, and it's like, well, I need to dedicate a time where I can do that and that, so they don't combine and then mess them both up. Because when I'm looking out the window, I know in the back of my mind that I shouldn't be doing it, and I know that I should be back on my computer or writing down some equations or some shit. And it makes you feel bad, and it makes you unhappy. Can you relate? I mean, it's such a simple idea, isn't it? Thinking. But in this day and age, there's just so many distractions. Like companies, everywhere is just trying to take your attention away from whatever you're doing, so you can become a consumer, so you can consume a YouTube video or some TikTok or buy some product by watching an advertisement. Literally everything is just attention driven, trying to gain your attention. But in this day and age, more than ever, we need to have some time where we just have our attention on nothing, so that our mind finds attention on the thoughts in our mind, so we can develop them, analyze them, move on from them, address them, find a solution to a problem, see a problem that you didn't know you had. To be honest, the solution to all of this is to meditate every day. Have I don't know, could literally be like 15 minutes of meditation every day. You don't have to go in some weird pose, I don't know. You just sit on your bed, or sit on I like to sit on the floor. I don't know why, but I don't know. I like kind of like not being comfy. I don't know why, it feels more, I don't know. I like sitting on the floor, and you just close your eyes, or you just have nothing really around you. So you're just looking at like your door or your wall, or even yourself in the mirror. And your brain will just go to the thoughts that you need to think about, and that's it. So I'm gonna start trying to do that as well. I've made a little schedule up there. I'm gonna tick meditation off every time I do it every day, along with other things such as gym, working on videos, studying. But maybe that'll be another YouTube video. But yeah, I'm gonna also try and make a video where I try and meditate for maybe like half an hour every day for like a week, and I'll document it and basically tell you all the benefits, or maybe like an optimal time, so you guys can learn from that. But thanks for watching.